This is my video diary number 2. I'm Susan, and I'm not totally ready to do this again because I have just managed to get over the fact that I feel like I completely embarrassed myself in the last one by playing my guitar and making a mistake and telling you how much everyone said I was awesome when I wasn't. But my oldest son, who happens to be my first YouTube follower, has been asking me every day when I'm going to post another video. So this is to him, since today is his 16th birthday, and I felt like in honor of him gaining in years that I would maybe share a thing or two of something that I've learned in this parent journey. So I'm just going to keep it to 1 or 2 things this time because I am not a woman of few words. Yes, I am a woman of many, 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 many words. And so I don't want people to unfriend me or unfollow me because then it will hurt my feelings, and then who knows where that will spiral. So one of the things that I was thinking about that has really impacted me in the last 16 years, and it's really 2 points, but they go hand in hand. And the first thing is the importance of other moms in my life and what that has meant for me in this journey. You know, there's just something to be gained from other women around us that have done it, that have changed the diapers, that have dealt with colic, that have taught their babies to sleep, that have dealt with middle school or elementary school, that transitioned their kids to high school. And, you know, in every stage there's questions. You know, we want to do the best for our kids, but sometimes we just need somebody to come alongside us and say, here, this is what I did in this stage, this is what I did here, and this is what worked and this is what didn't work. And I value the women in my life that have, in a positive way, confirmed something that I was already doing, or helped guide me, maybe say one thing that helped me tweak something that I was already doing that gave new life to my kids, and that was just to the benefit of them. I know that I am always learning, and that until I get face to face with Jesus in heaven, that I am always going to be growing and always going to be learning. And I do not feel that I've arrived in parenthood or marriage or ministry or in any area. And I want to learn. And I think there's so much value in just gleaning from other people's experience. So, for example, I was at our small group just a couple weeks ago, and I was telling my friend Trish just how difficult this season has been for me because I don't have any babies at home, and I broke my foot in November, and that was a nightmare. And so it kind of threw me out of my groove, and I have different things going on, but I've really have lacked a lot of purpose and a lot of just direction for my day. And so, like, makeup optional, hair, you know, but even more than that, like, you know, staying on top of my laundry or going grocery shopping, or just seemed like I didn't have a momentum, and I didn't have any way of getting anything done. And I mean, I knew how to do it, I just wasn't doing it. So my husband's very gracious, by the way. So, you know, something that she said was, you know, really that when she came home and she didn't have anything to do, well, she had stuff to do because she had kids, but she didn't have to meet deadlines, that it was kind of easy to just feel a little lost and a little like there's not a lot of purpose there. And I know it was just a little tiny thing that she said to me, but from that, I was able to come back, and I'm like, I don't do anything halfway. So, you know, the next day I made out a schedule, and I decided that if no one else had a deadline for me, then I was going to make my own deadlines. And really, I have followed that now for a couple weeks, and it has been amazing. There's been so much life in it. My house is really clean, so you can stop by. But if it's not clean, I'm not going to open the door. So take your risk. Thank goodness for cell phones. So, but at the same time, so this is my second point, is that I think that you just have to know what God is calling you to do with your own kids. That there are times and seasons where I'm doing something and I'm pioneering something. Like there aren't any other moms around me that have dealt with a situation that I've dealt with. And so there is an advice to be given. And so we have to walk confidently in who God has called us to be with our children. Like God gave my children to me and he blessed me with these babes because he knew that I would be able to go to him for wisdom and direction and counsel in order to raise them in the direction that he had for them. And so, I would just encourage you both ways that, seek other people out, seek women out, gain wisdom and glean as much knowledge from other people as you can. But at the same time, you need to be praying and asking the Holy Spirit for discernment and wisdom for your own children so that you're able to steer a course maybe where you know that you're doing something new with your kids and you're trusting and you're believing that God has something unique for them and you're pioneering the way with them. And it's just a matter of staying the course. And that's why I say it's important to have positive women in your life that can recognize that you're listening to the Holy Spirit. And those are the times that they come alongside you and they cheer you on and they say, you're doing a great job. You're doing amazing things with your kids. Stay in it. And, sometimes like we're in this for the long haul and we don't see the results that we want to see immediately. Like I would love to be able to snap my fingers and say that something, a behavior that was driving me crazy had changed or that my child transformed right before me. But it's not like that. I've been dealing with some things with my kids for years now, and I'm believing that there will be that there'll be an end to this in certain areas. But how valuable it is to have women come alongside me and say, you're doing a good job, you're doing the right thing, and your kids are great kids and they're gonna make it. And because at the end of the day, I think that being a mom is all about, like, I love my kids. Like, that makes me really emotional. But I really, really, really love my kids, and I know you do too. And so I think that we need to remember that when we talk to other people. Like, we need to remember that other women and other moms are doing everything that they know how and what to do for their kids. So let's encourage one another. Let's be positive with one another, and let's support each other in just unique ways that make us stand out so that people recognize the light of Jesus in us, that we're encouraging and supporting one another instead of tearing each other down. So I think that's all I've got today. I mean, I have more, but I'm gonna give y'all a break today.